Hey everyone, RobloxDev here, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to create a teleporter to go from point A to point B. So to get started, you may have noticed that my character looks a bit weird, maybe a bit old. So this is the R6 model of players on Roblox. So why is it called R6? Well, that's because there are 6 body parts, starting with the head, the humanoid root part, the left arm, the left leg, the right arm, the right leg, and the torso. Other than that, you have things like your accessories and your humanoid, which has your health and a bunch of other things about your player. So to get started, I'm also going to be showing you the R15 version of your player, which is what you guys might call the modern or normal version of Roblox. So right here is what you usually would see RobloxDev as in a game. So as you can see, there's an animation, and here's how they do the animation. There's 15 body parts, starting with the head, left foot, left hand, and left lower arm, left lower leg, left upper arm, and left upper leg. So there's an upper and lower and a main part, so there's 3 to each limb. You know, so 3, 3, 3, 3. 3 times 4 is 12, we know that. So that's 12 of the body parts, and then 3 more include your upper torso, your lower torso. So here's your upper torso, and then we have lower torso, and then the humanoid root part, and not to mention your head. So that right there is the R15 model of a Roblox player. So why did we need to know this? Well, if you noticed any similarities between the R6 and R15 models is the head and humanoid root part. So how does a teleport work? Well, basically it sets the position of your humanoid root part or your head to wherever it wants to go. It can't use any of the other body parts because we won't know if the player is using R6 or R15 unless they've locked it to a certain value. But still, you should be using the head or the humanoid root part just in case. So if you're confused, I'm going to show you. So we're going to go from this corner of the base plate to this corner, but just so it's easier for me to get to each side when I'm creating this, I'm just going to make it a bit smaller. So now what we're going to do is go to the plugins tab, and all of these are in the description, so if you want to be just like me with all these plugins, you can go there. So right here is the load character plugin. And if we just make it, something random, looks like an error occurred, so we're just gonna go with my Roblox user currently. So we're gonna spawn an R6 and R15 model of the two, but I think this might not be the best because there's extra things on them. So what we're gonna do is hit build rig, and then just gonna hit block rig. So there's a dummy right there, but that doesn't look the best. Let's just do a man rig. Okay, so right here we have our R15 model right here. It's a dummy, and it's named dummy, and yeah, it's our R15 model. So we can go back to build rig. You should already have this as a default Roblox plugin. And we're gonna go to R6 and insert another man rig, and you'll see the difference. So I'm just gonna name them respectively. This one's gonna be called R15, and this one's gonna be called R6. So right here there's only 6 body parts, as you can see. And it's pretty simple. So what we're gonna do is use the R15 model as it's more advanced and it includes a lot more stuff. So we're gonna be using the humanoid root part today to teleport, but you can also use the head. So to get started, what you're gonna do is you can actually get rid of these if you'd like, and insert a part to where your point A is. And what you have to do is make sure it's a little bit above the ground because the player's chest is going to get teleported here. And this is actually a reason why we use build rig. So we know exactly where to put this stuff. So the humanoid root part, it should be good right about here. And basically this is where the player will be teleported to, this part. I'm actually going to name this point A, and we're going to delete them when we're ready. So now in server script service, you want to insert your script that we're going to be using, and we can go back to it in a minute. So this one's our point A part, and if I quickly just drag this over, right over here, this is going to be our point B part. So we teleport to here. And I'm also going to make it so we can teleport back and forth. So these are our two, teleporting parts. So basically, I'm going to be doing it the simple way without a debounce time. So basically, the way to do that is probably just raise them in the air. But we'll see if we need it. So if that was a bit confusing, don't worry about it. So right here, we're going to define both our parts. So local point, or we can just do local, actually, yeah, point A equals workspace. So this is actually a shortcut. Instead of doing game.workspace, you can just type workspace like that with the lowercase w, and then point A. Actually, we're going to use dot position as well. And then local point B equals workspace dot point B dot position. And then once you're done that, you want to do point A dot touched colon connect function, and then in here you want to type hit, and then right here what you want to do is type if hit dot parent colon find first child humanoid. Actually, we're going to be using something better. Find first child of class, just like that. And in here, and type in humanoid. And then you type then with the space right before it. Hit enter. And now in here, what you want to do is do hit dot parent dot humanoid root part dot position equals point B. So now what this does is if a player touches the point A part, or if anything touches the point A part, and if the anything has a humanoid, so basically this limits it to only players because only players have humanoids. And even if there's a part called humanoid, we're using of class, so it only will take a player. So what we do is when point A is touched, if it's a player, then make or set the player's humanoid root part position to point B. And point B is defined over here as point B's position. So now if we were to hit play, touched is not a valid member of vector 3, so my bad. Just remove the dot positions here. And then right here you want to do point B dot position, just like that. And then you hit play. And it looks like I spawned out here. So we're just going to fix that by inserting a spawn point by going to the model tab and then hitting spawn. I'm going to put it right here near point A. And also I forgot, make sure you anchor both of your parts so that they don't fall. And you can actually make them invisible and turn Can Collide off. I'll show you that in a minute. So when I touch this, I get teleported over here. And there's a problem with that obviously, so we're going to fix that. So for both of these parts, what you want to do is turn off Can Collide and then make their transparency property to 1, but I'm going to use 0.9 just for the video. Or you can actually make the part visible with Can Collide off. So when I touch it, I get teleported to point B. And now we're going to script it so that point B teleports you to point A. So what you can actually do is make this 0 and make it red. Or any color you want, and whatever material, anything like that. So right here, you want to go back to your script. You want to copy this bit of code, and you want to hit enter a few times and then paste it in. And you want to change this to point B, and over here you want to change this to point A. So basically what this does is it teleports the player back when they touch point B. So I'll show what I mean. So when I go to point A, it teleports me here. And as you can see, it's spam teleporting. And that's because when your player touches it, it touches it a lot. And I don't know if that makes sense, but what I'm going to do is do print touched. And we're going to print it parent, just like this. I'm going to paste this in 2 places, just like that. And now you'll see what I mean. As you can see, unable to concatenate string with instance, my bad. You just want to change this to name, dot name, just like that. So now we get the name. And now as you can see, it touched me obviously. So just remove hit dot parent. You do want the hit, so I can demonstrate. There we go. And as you can see, it's touching all these body parts. Look. If I were to try and step out, I can't really right now. But as you can see, it's touching all these body parts. So to fix this, what we're going to do is use a debounce time. Or another simple way to fix this is probably to move them up a little bit, but that might not work. So what we're going to do is get rid of the print. And we're going to use a debounce. So basically what you want to do is do local debounce equals true. And then actually we're going to make debounce false. And then right here you want to do if debounce equals false, then right here you want to do debounce equals true. And then once it's set to true, we're going to paste this in right here inside this little then and end. And then you want to do wait 1 and then debounce equals false. And then what you want to do is copy this, paste it here, and then you want to go back and change this to point A because we're editing our point B dot touch. And now what this does is it waits a second. Even if it's touched a lot, there's a 1 second delay. As you can see, I can only teleport every 1 second. See, there's a 1 second delay between how much I can teleport. So as you can see, that allows the player to walk away. And I just fell off. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned about R6 and R15, as that is very important when you're scripting. Be sure to check out my beginner to advanced scripting series and my simulator series, where you learn how to make your own simulator game. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.